All right. Well,
Steven?
I see a lack of disables on the side of TSpirit against the Storm, and I think Raven Templar Assassin is just gonna go ham, especially with the Night Stalker. There's so much vision control that the Shadow Demon is not going to be able to play his game, I think. So I'm going all in on Fnatic here. I have more confidence in this draft from Fnatic, especially with DJ and Jazz actually making playmaking heroes.
Yeah, I mean, we set this parameter at the start of this day and said, you know, if they pick these playmaking heroes, then we'll go for them. So yeah, I'm going to go for Fnatic as well. Also, you know, Luna counter synergy with her ultimate enabling the Night Stalker. Big throw, GG. Fnatic game 2, but let's find out what our cards have to say about this one. It is Beako and Mo Farah.
Thank you very much, Nomad. I think I kind of have faith here in TSpirit. Well, I'll hold that thought as they come up onto the high ground with DJ by himself.
Oh, is DJ playing Night Stalker? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Thought was he might be on the Brew. That's going to be death on that off lane Brewmaster. I think TSpirit kind of have some combinations here. Have the disruption with the arrow. They've got the toss with the rupture. You've got just Luna being Luna with Shadow Demon.
I really like Fnatic's draft though. I think TSpirit do have combos, but like this Storm, like Theme was saying, it looks like a really good Storm game again. I was a little bit worried about their damage output issues, but then the TA last pick, I think it's such a big thing for this game. Like it covers their damage issues. They can take this really quick roast to enable the Storm as well, if they want to give him the Aegis.
The battle begins.
I'm a little bit worried that it's Night Stalker 5 and not Brew 5 though. I really thought it was going to be the Brew 5.
We saw the lacking pressure from a 4 Night Stalker, now 5 Night Stalker. But you get even less.
I do think Spirit's draft's okay, but I think Toronto Tokyo has to go crazy. I think he needs to do a lot of work, and it is really good with the Shadow Demon in particular, right? Okay, range creep denied, never mind. But when you get the Soul Catcher on Shadow Demon, you run around with the Tiny, right? Like, you have so much burst potential.
Ooh, Dabs.
Oh, the surround.
Was surrounded for a split second. Forced to tango his way out. Eat that tree, not dance around it.
This is the Bloodseeker Mirana lane, though, that the panel were talking about yesterday, that they both want setup and neither of them have it, which is interesting.
We saw a couple really good arrows though late in the day yesterday.
We did, yeah. I think was it Moonmeander
set up. Was it Moonmeander? Might have been.
Oh, nice to know. I mean, this mid lane already a really good start for the Storm though so far. You look at that CS on the side and top lane as well. Not exactly going well for TSpirit.
Does TSpirit have this opportunity to kind of hit like that 6 mark slash that early game point where they can kind of run and get the ball rolling around this Luna with the Bloodseeker and the Tiny?
I think it's more about the Bloodseeker and the Tiny playing together rather than with the Luna.
No, that's what I meant, like around the Luna, not with it, but around the map, away from it.
But Poshka might go on the Rubik here. Yeah, he's tried to give the surround again, but
he's got 4 stacks of the Shadow Poison.
Beam.
Now a 5th stack. Can he land another one? He's not going to go for it. Oof. A lot of damage immediately being salved back up. Pushka just working with, right now, 1 mango. Not a lot of mana to really restore at the moment.
I hate that small camp as well, the one with the 5 creeps. Like, they don't do any damage. Like, you pull it and you're like, yeah, I can't wait to deny some of this wave, and then none of the creeps die. Ridiculous. So I know that was a bit of a rant to side of what you were saying, but
I think chat will agree with you. Maposhka only getting one of those stacks, and it's the big camp that he gets stacked though, so not the worst thing in the world. But he does get one stack available. Telekinesis coming out with the Cinder Brew on the Yatoro. The chase, Thunderclap, Disruption. The Fable was thrown by jabs. They should have the damage if they dive this tower, but it's a little risky with Yatoro getting away. And now 3 stacks of Shadow Poison, doesn't have the mana for a 4th. It's damage on the jabs, but likely not enough.
Yeah, and they have a salve as well, so the Luna should be okay here. I would say, yeah, the Mapochi's going to chase away the Rubik here because they see him because of the Bloodseeker first. So, pretty good going. His top lane going really not great for Spirit, but... And this is my problem with the Night Stalker 5 as well. Oh, hang on. Yeah, Death. He's going to be fine. Yeah, this Night Stalker 5 doesn't really enable the TA in the laning stage, right? Like, they don't have, like, great laning potential, great kill potential, or anything together. I guess the Brew wouldn't have been that good either, though, because they don't have anything to ignite the Cinder Brew at level 1.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
If they'd have played the Brew 5, I mean.
Yeah. That Cinder Brew is disgusting.
Yeah, it is very good.
Every time I see Brew, though, I always come back to just thinking about that game with General, where he got to that level 25 and had the Rapier and the Drunken Brawler crit strike damage. It was just one-shotting people.
Honestly, the laning stage, considering how it started, they've Spirit recovered it pretty well. And the thing is, like, when you get to this level 3 on the Shadow Demon, like level 4 on the Luna, they become so much more like clickers, right? And they can harass so much easier. Like, the lane's going to get more difficult for Fnatic until this Brew hits level 6. Ooh, arrow misses. And with this nighttime here, DJ... His harass gets a little bit better, right? But I still don't really know what he's going to achieve here.
Blood right down, getting the silence out onto Raven. He's just stumbling forward, and he's about to hit that level 3, so we get the second point in the void. They're gonna try and get a kill here on a collapse. The arrow hits, and now they've got the blood right down. That's enough damage to get the kill on a DJ. They're gonna look over at Raven. Should be able to run him down and get a second and collapse. A double kill in this lane.
Well,
oh boy.
I mean, what a sick arrow by Mira, though, because not only does it stun up the TA, it stops the meld hit from coming through, right? Which keeps the Bloodseeker alive. And now look at the difference between the net worth on the Bloodseeker and the TA after that double kill. Like, this TA, I don't know if you can come back to the lane anymore without having TP available, because he's just going to rob to you at that level 6 mark, and then what do you do as the TA?
A little bit rough. Raven comes back. He's trying to get into that Dragonlance, and see, once Collapse hits level 6, they're just going to go.
I love this rotation by Toronto Tokyo. The Night Stalker's going to see because of the extra vision, and they have the ward done, right? And yeah, they're just going to have to run all the way back on the TA. Raven goes invis.
Are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So there's not really much Raven can do here. And they still have the vision on Toronto Tokyo.
Oh my goodness.
Is under attack.
Stacks are being made to help Raven kind of stabilize his game a little bit, but now you're dealing with what is now essentially a fruit farm Bloodseeker.
Yeah, and Toronto Tokyo's trying to come in to make the rotation here.
He's got a haste.
Yeah, that was nice by the Shadow Demon, though. He wants to protect his stacks that he's making for the Storm, right? Sorry, for the Tiny and the Luna. So, good attempt by the Storm there to try and come in and steal them, but yeah, they're going to defend them with their lives on Spirit.
They're gonna boost Yatoro's farm, who
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Slowly getting up there. Obviously, we can see that Yatoro is looking towards the top. His Collapse has already got himself at the 4K mark, with that lane being wide open, going into the Rod of Atos next. Mira looking to stop this 8-minute rune from being picked up.
Dire's top
And
tower
they'll
is
do
under
exactly
attack.
that. Toronto Tokyo will get that double damage.
They should be able to get this top tier 1 though on
Radiant's bottom
Fnatic by the looks of
tower
it.
is
Seems like
under
Spirit
attack.
don't really want to contest it.
Dire's top tower
But at least
is
that's,
under
going their
attack.
way.
And look at that tier 1 tower. Meanwhile, Yatoro, he's over here in the jungle
no.
continuing to farm up. You look though, Ball Lightning, Toronto Tokyo, he's been hit with the Vortex as well as the Telekinesis, trying to TP away.
That is
Just TP's out.
That is an issue. The fact that they were able to just run in and take that huge big stack and then just TP away on the tiny afterwards. Like, that hero is so tanky with the armor you get from the ulti. I think it's 10 armor at the level 1 ult.
12.
12. Okay, even better. It's such a hard kill to find. Which is why when you saw these like TA tiny matchups before, it felt really good for the TA early on, but then when the tiny gets old, like, TA doesn't necessarily do that well against the hero.
Spirit also making stacks towards the bottom part of the map inside their triangle. They've got a 2,000 net worth lead with Collapse just dominating for the moment. And now, well, Chuen is going to come up towards top with Death using that primal split. They'll go to the disruption. Ball Lightning looking for the control. They've got it with the Vortex as well as the Earth Panda stun. Quick kill there for Fnatic, and all the while they'll get DJ over mid, so it's not exactly free. And we'll get a tier 1 with it, or at least that's the hope. I've been kind of alluding at them getting this tier 1 for a little while at this point.
That was such a big commitment for Fnatic just to get a Shadow Demon. Like, the tower was going to die anyway, right? So I don't think Team Spirit are really going to mind too much there. How close is Tiny? So Tiny's like 300 gold off Blink or something here. And when he gets that Blink, like we said before, between the Shadow Demon and the Tiny, they can do big amounts of work. Here comes Luna, pushing them into 2-1. They know there's no Brood Split, so nothing to be worried about really. Like, they don't have their big team fight. And what's DJ gonna do on this Night Stalker? He doesn't have level 6, it's daytime. Spirit are just playing the tempo that they did last game.
Yeah. They get the ball rolling pretty quickly. Toronto Tokyo is about to have himself a Blink Dagger. Almost has this Rod of Atos on Bloodseeker ready to go. Collapse again, just been free to farm here over bottom.
Let's smoke up here.
See if they can make something happen. Ball Lightning looking for the Shadow Demon once again. The Rupture gets used on DJ, so he'll be forced to stand still, and yet the arrow doesn't land.
A good pick off there on the Poshka. But they need to take what they can get right now on Fnatic. Like, any kind of like individual pick off that the Storm can find is going to be good here. But I mean, this is the problem now that the
Avalanche, and this is the Blink debut, I believe, from Toronto Tokyo. Throws that tree over. I don't know what it is when he's in this cosmetic. I think it's like a spine.
Not a huge amount of mana here on the Storm. Yeah, he's going to be fine.
Avalanche toss, arrow lands, and now they have an opportunity to get the kill here on a Twin. They'll get the kill. Collapse gets credit for that one with the blood right. They try to turn this on to Toronto Tokyo. He's in a little bit too far. And also find Mira. They've got the stolen Starstorm with the telekinesis. Raven with the double kill. That is desperately needed for Fnatic.
Yeah, big net worth increase for Raven there. Such a huge amount of gold. I honestly can't believe they tried to dive that far for the Storm. Like, when he was getting up to the stairs of his base, I was like, okay, he's fine. Like, Toronto Tokyo, the absolute madman, just blinks in anyway. And it was a good kill, right? Like, they got the arrow on the Avalanche toss, but yeah, really well played by Fnatic to punish.
They might even find a +1 Maposhka.
Oh my god.
With the Cinder Brew, the Fade Bolt doing a decent chunk of damage as Death runs in with the pig pole, and he'll get the finishing blow.
That pig pole with the drunken brawler. Jesus Christ. That was a speedy pig.
Yeah. Gonna enter him in some pig races. Toronto Tokyo, he actually pays for his aggression, and that was the Blink Dagger reveal when he was able to get it over there mid. Sometimes we see that with Tiny. You get this Blink Dagger and you get kind of chewed out once or twice and your game slows down drastically.
I like this play by Spirit though. They shouldn't be afraid to just keep up the aggression. Like this Night Stalker doesn't have ult, and it's daytime. Like this hero does not do anything right now. So you want to try and punish this like 5 versus 4 time.
Jabs. Looking like he's the one who's going to get caught here. Avalanche with the toss, and they've got the blood right down from Collapse to get the kill there on the jab. So Collapse, who had that free lane, he's 4-0-1 now, had that double kill in the bottom lane, a kill over mid when they were diving past the tier 2, and he's just had such a good time that he's just about got the same net worth as Raven.
Yeah, Raven's net worth's really exploded. I mean, that is TA though, right? Just in a nutshell. How many times have we seen that in the last few months? It's so popular at the moment, but you know, it's still a strong hero.
Tower is under attack.
Deaths are almost online. They can kind of look towards the first Roche, honestly, even if they're a little bit behind. Like, all they need to do is win one team fight outside the Roche pit, and they're going to have the nighttime vision at the 15-minute mark. So they can look to be aggressive with that Deso pickup.
And we'll bottle up a haste rune. He's going Kaya Sanj on this storm first. Desolator picked up for Raven, so he's cleaning up some stacks, cleaning up some camps, and he's right by this Roche pit, and they're in on it. I don't believe TeamSpirit are going to be aware that this is going on, and they're already on the other side of the map, so if Raven could get through this pretty quickly, they'll have their hands on the first Aegis, they'll commit that Dark Ascension, they want to protect this pit.
Yeah, I think TeamSpirit are going to know. Yeah, they ping out the pit. They know that something's going to be like happening around that Roche pit, but it's so difficult for them to run into that area. Like, I think they're going to smoke up here, but it's just too late.
Question is, do they catch them running out?
Smoke. But like, I will say though, for Spirit, like them getting the Aegis on Fnatic isn't like a massive problem. I think obviously getting Aegis is great. Like Fnatic are going to be really happy with that. But for Spirit, their game plan is like get this into the big. Right? We have Shadow Demon Luna. If we get more and more towards the late game, we're going to be really happy. We just need this Luna to get like 6 slide ASAP, and then she should be able to just win the game for us. Like in theory.
Right.
And again, I still don't think they should be afraid of being aggressive on Spirit. They can still find pickups with like this Bloodseeker Tiny combo with the Shadow Demon as well. Haste!
And they've certainly got the ability to get the combos going. Raven hoping to use this Aegis to just kind of arm up and push an advantage of some sort. Balling in from Chuen, and now they've got the Moonlight Shadow to shroud themselves under. Fnatic are on the high ground, and they do have that sentry, but it's over to the side a little bit, so that does give an option for TeamSpirit to kind of come over near this area and go for it. Blood right down, Avalanche toss, all coming through. They get the kill on the Chuen, and now they're going to look over at Raven, who's been silenced up. They have the Rupture on him, the of course from Yatoro. This is at least going to be the Aegis, and so that quick Aegis that was there for Fnatic is already gone. They get the kill on a DJ. They look over as Raven now on the run. Yeah, that Earth Panda just comes back to form. They get the kill on the Collapse, so they'll at least get the kill on the Bloodseeker. Now Raven trying to right-click away onto Toronto Tokyo, gets the trap down. Mira, Toronto Tokyo, they'll get that kill on a Raven. They end up losing the post on TeamSpirit as Jabs is in, blood right down, but it's not going to be enough damage, and now Jabs will likely lose his own life too, as Mira and Yatoro will chase, and there's the finish with the Starstorm.
What an insane fight from TeamSpirit. And you have to remember, that's like a 5 for 2 effectively, because they took the Aegis, right? Really well, you see the tip coming through. The fact that they kill the Storm straight away, you know, we've talked that it might be a little bit of a difficult game for Spirit at dealing with this Storm.
Oh, but he gets in on the Mira. That's a good job there, DJ, using that crippling fear to have the silence. No more leaps away, ball lightning all the way in, and that's only Storm's second kill of the game.
Yeah, they know there's no split here on the Brew. Shadow Demon's coming over.
Rupture, Rod of Atos, that will lock him into the blood right. Shadow Poison coming in, and eventually Death will reach his namesake.
Yeah, good kill. So yeah, back to that fact, they managed to kill the Storm straight away because Collapse has this Atos, right? Like such a big pickup for this game. And they get the perfect combo into the silence with the Avatos from the Tiny. And this Luna did so much damage in the fight. Like the Eclipse coming through in a huge amount. But it felt like the right clicks as well were doing just as much.
For Fnatic, it felt like Raven did have an opportunity to maybe get a couple of kills there, if given a little bit more space, but they were right on top of him real quick.
I mean, as soon as the storm dies, though, like the fight's over pretty much.
Yeah,
Like,
he dies immediately.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing. Like, as soon as the storm dies, you get split off. It's great, but you don't have that way of like dealing with the Shadow Demon, for example, like getting onto the key heroes.
Bottom lane, jab spotted. Arrow flying in from Mira from behind. They've got the silence, they'll have the damage, and they'll get the kill. Mira now sitting 4, 2, and 5, and this is going to be a quick tier 2 tower.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
2K lead for TSpirit, not exactly breaking through and breaking out here in terms of network,
going for
but they're
this.
already stepping on the high ground.
They want to force TPs. Yeah, like you see the whole of Fnatic just starting to run back here. They have to deal with this.
Now the question for me, or from me, is Raven's going into the BKB. He'll get that. Does he go Ags afterwards and then try to control the second Roche, get that shard?
No, I think you need to get the Daedalus. So you need some kind of damage item on the TA, I think.
Okay, yeah, obviously they've changed the psionic projection. Not nearly, you know, it was very, very strong.
Radiant's middle
I
tower.
do like that
Kill
combo
him
at
if they
some
find the
point.
Luna.
If they find the Luna, but they've already got the avalanche shots coming into DJ. They're going to throw the arrow out. That's not going to land on anybody, but they've got themselves the blood right as well as the run for on a Raven. So Raven's got to stand pretty much still. They'll go to the Eclipse. That's going to be down on a Death. Death doesn't die yet, but they've got themselves the Radabatos on a Joanne. He's not dead either. Nobody dead on the side of Fnatic. And are they going to chase TSpirit? They've got Death still in the split for a couple more seconds, and Toronto Tokyo and the rest of TSpirit want to chase. He's back to form, the blood right in. They don't catch the silence, so go into the pig pole and run away.
Top tower is under attack.
Oh, it looks ridiculous every time. Makes me laugh. Yeah, a bit of a weird engagement, right? Like, I think if Toronto Tokyo doesn't blink in there and reveal the smoke and everything, and just like, he didn't even give his life up. He didn't die, but I think it made it so much better for Spirit.
Ooh, avalanche.
They're bringing heroes over.
Radabatos.
Oh, what a dodge with the meld.
Really well done there by Raven, but the avalanche still comes in. They're going to catch this TA for the second. He's got himself the refraction.
Couldn't get the toss back on Toronto Tokyo though. A nice toss steal from the Rubik as well. That could end up being a big deal.
Radiant's middle tower is
Almost
under
Ags on the
attack.
Brew though.
Radiant.
They're gonna go again.
And they backed up to the triangle for a second. They smoked up. They want to make a big jump. They're showing the Luna over mid and hoping that somebody steps out a little bit too far forward. The rest of TSpirit will now go into this Radiant jungle. Maybe look to wrap around. They want to kill Chuen as, oh, actually Yatoro
Do they?
goes top. So he showed mid. He leaves. Now they've got the avalanche as well as the toss on to Chuen. They're looking for the kill. They've got themselves the blood right. They get the kill onto this storm, and now can Fnatic get anything out of this? They look over Toronto Tokyo. It's going to be the rupture again out onto Raven. They end up trading a 1-for-1. Blood right down with the Radabatos. That's going to silence up Death. Mira thinking about throwing an arrow. They had Yatoro go top and then still wanted to fight. They had the kind of confidence to look for a pick off and go, but they end up losing the title.
Spirit are literally insane. I said this last game. It's so fun to watch. Like the Luna TP's away. You're like, okay, they're going to back off here, and they see the storm and they're like, well, hell yeah, we're going in. Sure. And yes, they give up Toronto Tokyo for the storm, but that's a trade they're more than happy to make. Is anybody on Radiant building? Yeah, okay, so Rubik has a force.
The toss, Death coming in. That was the sewing toss from Jazz to get this Brewmaster right on top of Yatoro, but they've got the disruption coming in from Aposhka. They'll commit the primal split. They'll pop the BKB. Now they're going to try and turn this one around. DJ going in onto the Mira Marana, and he's got that crippling fear, but just out of range and leaping out. Bloodseeker has rupture in 5. Ball lightning all the way across. They get the kill on Amir. Now they're going to look for Yatoro. There's the blink avalanche as well as the disruption. They've got the save for this wound, and the blood rate is down. They got themselves the primal split once again. It's Death. He's picked up that axe, so he has the 2 charges. They might not get the kill on Yatoro. They're going to look over. His disruption is going to be placed down and out. I believe coming through, and it's the Bloodseeker who's now in trouble as they got the kill on Toronto Tokyo. They end up losing DJ, but that's not going to matter. Collapse is dead. 4 heroes gone to the side of TSpirit.
What a pick-off by Fnatic. They find the Luna and they force her to use her BKB before the fight really kicks off, right? Like, it's such low committal with the Brew split to force her to BKB. And all of a sudden, the whole cavalry just turns up and the whole of Spirit are just like split up. I mean, DJ manages to find Mira on the side and they basically just pick them off one by one with this really good catch. Like, it feels like the Storm was finally able to play Dota that fight. It's like the first time this game.
And that's all started by Jabs having that stolen toss.
Yes, exactly.
And then throws Death, who's got this fresh Ags right on top of the Luna.
Because the problem with Fnatic's lineup so far has been they've really struggled to find that initial go, right? And the catch. Because the Storm's been dead, like, at the start of every single fight. And he's like their main initiator. TSpirit's lineup at this point, right? And being like, they have these like 2 semi-cores, right? Like in Bloodseeker and Tiny that aren't scaling particularly well. And it's only really the Luna. And going against like a Storm TA Brew? I don't know.
It's gonna be tough. On top of which, Jabs is playing a downright dirty game on this Rubik at the moment.
Yeah, he's playing really well. I mean, Rubik's such a fun hero to watch in general as well. I think it's yeah, so many, like, it's such like a high skill cap hero, right?
And it's not exactly the most popular support still these days, so I'm still waiting for maybe a Rubik buff.
Yeah, but like Thieben said before, when TI rolls around, this hero, it's like the most picked TI hero by far, and it's the most picked hero in Pro Dota by far in general. So
both teams smoke, but both teams ships in the night.
The second Roche is up, so
that's short.
Yeah, Fnatic just go in, right? Why not? They're right next to the pit.
And that shard on TA can be massive. That silence up to 3.5 seconds. That's so much time silenced in this game, especially early on, because they took an early first Roche, going for a quick second Roche. Arrow flies through, doesn't land on anybody, and it will be the shard on the TA. He's holding it for now. I wonder if I doubt he passes it over, right?
I don't think so.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Wow. I mean, Fnatic just are feeling really good about this game now. Just in the space of, like, 3 minutes, like, one fight, the game just turns on its head. It's like a 5k net worth swing from that one fight.
Yeah, and it puts them, like you said, feeling comfortable. There's the shard being put into Raven's inventory. He'll pop that, so now he's got that upgrade on the Psionic traps. And he's also picked himself up that Crystallis. We've been seeing a lot of Crystallis purchases.
There's Blink on the Night Stalker as well, which I think is probably one of the more important things they could have picked up to help deal with the Shadow Demon.
Pointing in, they've got the Vortex, Blood Right's down. However, Glenn's got that BKB, and he's going to continue to roll on in. They'll get the kill on the Toronto Tokyo, while also Jabs stealing that Avalanche. So a little bit more control for the side of Fnatic. Use the primal split, but he's got the Ags, and he's got another charge ready to go.
That's the thing, right? Like, he used a split, but it's so low committed because he has a second charge. But getting the tiny kill is so good for him. And this Brewmaster is scaling really well with the Midas. He's having a good time.
DJ placing down some deep vision.
Yeah, like, Fnatic have managed to get over this, like, hurdle of the lineup not being so great early on with this, like, Night Stalker pos 5, right? It doesn't really offer a huge amount early on, but as the game scales going to the late game, the vision that this hero can give, like the utility it offers with the AoE science, especially against these save heroes like Shadow Demon.
Dire's bottom tower has
there's no hero they'd rather have right now.
Jeb's keeping his courier on the high ground to grant him some vision to get that OBS out of the way, and that OBS was giving information to TSpirit, letting them know that there is a big chunk of the Fnatic team in their triangle, and now they're going to look over. They caught Yatoro BKB, but that's not even going to help him survive. Raven just has too much damage, and the whole team's here, so they're going to smoke right after that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
TSpirit just feel like they're falling apart a little bit here. Kind of just all getting picked off one by one. Fnatic with this big vision advantage from the Night Stalker. just taking over the map.
Lightning Toronto Tokyo going to be caught once again, and they've got the silence. He's in the crippling fear. They'll get the kill, and Raven, he's on a killing spree. He is 5-2 and 6. You know nobody's behind him.
Yeah, really well played by Fnatic here. They're not giving them any space to work with. Like, Spirit are desperately trying to split push the lanes and everything, but they're splitting up because of it. Fnatic are punishing them hard. Almost to Daedalus. Do Fnatic keep going here? Is my question. I honestly think they can force it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Kind of crazy because the last positive mark I can remember for TSpirit was when they were going for the bottom tier 3, balling in. They've got themselves the Dark Ascension. They'll go after this Bloodseeker. They've got the silence on him with the Crippling Fear. He's going to try and TP out, and he just does so.
And they split out of the Brewmaster, but that tier 3 tower's almost dead already.
Raven just taunting while invis. He's waiting.
He's waiting for that Shadow Demon to walk down the lane. Boy.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And there's that Daedalus completed.
So he's got that Daedalus, gets himself delivered the Grove Bow. He's looking ready to go. He's sitting 3k ahead of this Luna. And Yatoro, who was trying to farm on the Radiant side, ended up getting caught out before. Glenn, he's top, but hard to control. He's got the BKB ready to go. He's looking for that Ags. He's 1,400 gold away from that. As he sits with about 4k higher than this Tiny, and I think that's something that we kind of alluded to earlier in the game. When you have a couple deaths in a row, which Toronto Tokyo did on this Tiny, your game really fumbles and hasn't gotten much progression since about that second death.
Yeah, it's not just the deaths though as well. Like, this Tiny here doesn't farm particularly well. Like moving forward, it's nowhere near as good as something like a Storm, right?
Radiant are scanning.
We got the dust on of a Poshka. There's the Vortex, and with the Meld Strike coming in from Raven, they'll get themselves the kill.
That's a big steal by Jabs again as well. Gets the disruption. Which, if you get your own Lunar Illusions, they are not going to deal with on TSpirit. And like, the problem is this Tiny's so far behind, but he's going BKB next, which is absolutely fine, right? But where's their damage going to come from? Like, how are they going to kill a TA, a Storm, and a Brewmaster with 2 splits?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They're so tanky, they're hard to kill. And when they have the vision advantage as well, because of the Night Stalker, the initiation to kill one of them is even more difficult. I just see them falling further and further behind here on Spirit.
And potentially it comes from a high ground hold, but we'll see if they can get it even that. They only have 1 outer tower remaining, and Fnatic are here invading the jungle, putting the pressure on across the river constantly, and not really much TSpirit can do to react just yet. They're looking for Yatoro to continue to farm as he's going into the Daedalus next with the Satanic to follow up. But that's going to take some time, and they don't have much of that really to just have to throw around. Fnatic are taking it away.
What's the play for Spirit here? Like, what are the... I mean, they need to hold their high ground top. That's number 1, but...
Tower is under attack.
Mira hoping to thread an arrow.
Dire's top tower.
But that's not going to land, and they've already lost their tier 3 in the top lane. They had Illusions pushing in bottom for the moment, but losing the tier 3 doesn't exactly feel that great.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They don't respond at all. Roche potentially up in 42 too, so this is Fnatic also posturing for the 3rd Roche, which could be an Axe.
42 too?
Yeah.
God, I'm so funny. Jesus. Do you ever get sick of me? I feel like
No.
you should.
No, if I got sick of you, I don't think I'd be here right now.
I really feel like you should.
I'm surprised
Poor
you don't get
Twitch
sick
chat.
of me. I make horrible references all the time that you just don't catch.
Maybe Twitch chat just fed up at both of us then. I mean,
I think so. Roche into 21. So they're going to posture here. They'll keep the control. They've been able to control pretty much the majority of the map for the last 10 minutes or so.
do they have a gem now? I think that was on Dire's side. Yeah, they've got one on the Mirana. Okay. They need the gem to deal with the traps and things as well, right? Like the vision advantage that the Radiant have, not just because of the Night Star, but because of the TA traps as well. Like, yeah, it's horrible to play against. So that's disruption for a little bit on jabs. Not for very much longer.
Dire's top barracks are
Fnatic
under
pressure the
attack.
top lane once again, and all of Spirit just aren't here at the moment. Preemptively go to the Primal Split. They're going to ball lightning in, looking for Mira, who's trying to leap away, but they've got the Vortex. They'll get the kill very quickly with the damage coming out from Raven. Not only that, but they've taken the range racks, and the melee racks soon to follow suit. Cyclone on Yatoro. Aposhka is here to help try and defend Yatoro best he can. And they're not going to dive any deeper on Fnatic, playing it a little bit safe, as this is potentially their elimination game. So, see how far they're willing to go, as they've picked up this Swift Blink on Raven. I say that they didn't want to dive, but they're smoked in, looking to dive. Ball lightning all the way through mid. They've got the Rod of Atos on to Chuen, and now he's forced to pop that BKB.
I mean, someone's just used to what's DJ doing? He's having a great time. And they're smoked out here on Spirit as well. They're trying to find something.
Raven right by the Roach pit. BKB goes off. They've got the right click damage.
No
to get that
buyback.
kill. And yeah, 94 seconds. He's dead at trying to run these pandas out. Cyclone and Toronto Tokyo here with them, but now the new it's there for Dren, and they've got themselves a three-man vortex. The Triple H Beer coming out from DJ. They don't have Raven to output that damage, but they do go after Yatoro. Yatoro trying to survive. Pops
Oh my god, the glaives!
Damage coming in. They get the kill and jabs, and they'll take out Juen. 4 heroes all of a sudden dead on Fnatic as they finish death off. And that is a 3K lead for Fnatic, but potentially Aegis Cheese Refresher Shard here for Team Spirit.
Fnatic, your TA's dead. TA has no buyback. I mean, the pull looks really great, but there's no damage. And this is what I mean, like, is it good, this pull? Like, they're forcing a fight that I don't think they're able to take. And all of a sudden, again, the game just flips on its head. The DJ... Ooh. He got the refresher shard. Okay.
I mean, something.
That's pretty good,
Double
honestly.
Eclipse.
Like, the thing is, it's not just double eclipse as well. It's the double BKB. Like that's the big one. Still no buyback on the 2 cores though. They're gonna keep going.
And they can break through this high ground pretty quickly. They've got the glyph to try and hold, but Yatoro here confident, holding onto an Aegis. They've got the keys onto
There's no way they end, right?
The go for 3, right to 4s. They're going to try and end here. They've got buyback on 2 of these heroes. They're going to have Raven back up. Fnatic right here, right now. They've got the telekinesis that comes through on a collapse, but the right click.
No way.
They pop the BKBs. They'll go for it, trying to finish and will. Fnatic